Hello guys, welcome back to Total Extreme Wrestling 2013 TNA. Right now we have our show with 15 segments on the show and 2 pre-show matches, so let's get started. In about that solid in-ring action but non-existent crowd heat, Martin Rodriguez defeated Low-Key in 7:36 by pinfall with a Kamara's Rage. Need to change that finisher name or change his name to Kamara, but I don't know which one I'll do. That got a 52, color commentary gave the match a boost. And Loki is improving in performance, and Martina is improving in Rumble and performance, so that's good. Match 2 of the pre-show, in the bout that had some good action, but not much in the way of heat. The Great Sonata defeated Homicide in 7:44 by pinfall. No specific comments, no work improvements. 57. And the opening promo goes off the Jim Ross and Mike Tenay hype the show and the expected impacts of Jeff Jarrett, Drew Galloway, Kurt Angle, MVP, Bobby Roode, and John Hennigan. Advances some storylines. I use this angle a lot to open up shows. It doesn't get great ratings, but it's a good show opener. Then we come out with an 82. That's great. It's a great rating. And MVP switched to a cocky face gimmick, which got a 94. That's great. It's amazing, actually. Jeff Jarrett and Drew Galloway come down to the ring. They take microphones and start talking to the crowd before eventually getting interrupted by Kurt Angle and MVP. They're basically cutting a promo on the recent actions of Kurt Angle and MVP. The MVP turning face to fight against Drew Galloway and Jeff Jarrett. They have a big argument going back and forth on the microphone before agreeing to face each other later on in a tag match. They're not actually going to face each other later on in a tag match. It's just good angle to use for these two to advance the storyline. These four. Got an 82. That's great. I do not want to pre-book. Then in about that had solid in-ring action but non-existent crowd heat, Taryn Terrell defeated Rosita in 8:07 by pinfall with a diving crossbody. Rosita just debuted her old school heel gimmick with it got an initial 70 rating. That's terrible. Rosita and Taryn Terrell have great chemistry. That's good. Rosita is improving in performance skill. That's really good. Then next we have Awesome Kong run in and attack Taryn Terrell. Beats her down to the mat. Basically, Awesome Kong saying, I'm here for your title. Sending a message to her saying, I'm here for your title and I want it. Got a 51 rating. That's good. No worker skill improvements. Next we have London and Kendrick against Team 3D in a match that had some good in-ring good action, but not much in the way of heat. London and Kendrick defeated Team 3D in 13:22 when Brian Kendrick defeated Brother Ray by pinfall. Got a 65. Both teams displayed excellent chemistry. London is improving in Rumble skills. That's good. Then we have the Wolves come down and they challenge London and Kendrick to a match in order to get it. They say that they will put their tag team titles on the line in the match. London and Kendrick say, we accept your challenge and we promise to leave as a new champions. I got a 60C that push forwards their storyline, and I'm gonna pre-book that after, so it just leaves more time. Although that was terrible. Then we have Ethan Carter III versus Bram in a match that is good action, but not much in the way of heat. I can never get much in the way of heat, really, on TV. Ethan Carter III defeated Bram in 11:49 by pinfall with a headlock driver following interference from Magnus. Tyrus did some good work at ringside. Tyrus is EC3's manager. Ethan Carter III and Tyrus are a good pairing. They play off each other well. And the breakup of Bram and Magnus storyline has advanced with this segment. No worker skill improvements to comment on. That's sad. 61. Then Magnus comes out, says that he will take the open challenge that Bram issued last week. That match will happen at Against All Odds, which is the next pay-per-view. It's got a 72. That's good. Magnus is good on the mic. I've already pre-booked that. In a match that had some good action but not much in the way of heat, Bobby Roode defeated James Storm in 15:03 by pinfall with a Roode bomb following botched interference from Eve Torres. Basically, Eve came up, tried to attack Bobby Roode, but Bobby Roode avoided it, and James Storm got hit, which led to a Roode bomb, and that ended the match. James Storm and Bobby Roode have great chemistry, and it showed in their performance. That's kind of sad considering it only got a 62. Wonder why that is. The World Title storyline has advanced with this segment. No worker skill improvements. And then the match is over, and Bobby Roode is celebrating. John Hennigan looks angry and jumps him from behind, throwing a series of wild overhead shots Bobby Roode fights off the attack, though, and returns the favor, forcing John Hennigan to rethink the attack. After a solid blow by Bobby Roode lands, John Hennigan tumbles out of the ring and heads for the high ground of the backstage. Basically, Hennigan tries to attack. Bobby Roode stops the attack and sends Hennigan running. Then Mr. Anderson is in the ring and dedicates his next match to Samoa Joe, basically saying, "Hey, I'm going to send a message to you." Anderson struggled when going off strip. That's really a random thing that happens. Anderson's a good worker on the mic, so I'll keep him off strip because you see it got a 74 right there. Then Manic versus Mr. Anderson in an extremely short match. Manic defeated Mr. Anderson in 5:27 by pinfall with a suicide solution following interference from Joe. Joe comes in, attacks Mr. Anderson, and that causes the loss. And then that's all that. Then Mr. Anderson is celebrating his victory. That's wrong, but that's the way the angle goes. Samoa Joe runs in and attacks, beating down Mr. Anderson into the mat. Basically, Mr. Anderson's still on the ground following the match, and Joe continues to beat him down. Then, in a match that has good action and average heat, Drew Galloway defeated MVP in 13:29 with a The Move. Battle for Power storyline has advanced to this segment. Disappointing match, really. 62. It's very disappointing. Not going to be a good show. And then, after the match, Kurt Angle and MVP and Drew Galloway and Jeff Jarrett won't stop fighting, and despite the attempt for security to break them up, it's an all-out brawl to the back. Performance with Kurt Angle was good. No worker skill improvements. That ends our show. 67. That's very disappointing. It lost its popularity in 6 regions, but it did gain its popularity in 22. So I'm going to pause this recording and come back to you when I can see the ratings. Well, no, I'm going to end this recording now because it's not shown live on Spike or my main rating. So I'll tell you the rating when I get to it. Bye.